Hello everybody, and welcome to our brand new Let's Play Dishonored. Now, I have wanted to do the Dishonored series for a while, and I really have never gotten around to it, but the fact remains is that there are a lot more Dishonored games out than just this one. Of course, there's now Dishonored 2, there's Death of the Outsider. It's just out of control. And of course, there was a bunch of DLC for this as well. So, welcome to Dishonored. Finally here, this is Dishonored Definitive Edition, of course. I'm playing this on the Xbox One X. And I'm really excited to jump into this. We're actually going to be playing... Yeah, it's going to sync my data. Yada, yada, yada. Doesn't really matter. We're going to be doing a new game anyway. Now, we are going to be doing the DLC of... We're not going to be doing the Dunwall City Trials, but we are going to be playing the Knife of Dunwall and the Brigmore Witches. The reason being is because these DLCs are required to play before we get into Dishonored 2, considering the fact that this actually will continue the story into Dishonored 2. So, we are going to be playing this, but of course we're not going to be playing either of these until after we play the main game. Now, before we go in here, auto use mana elixir, yes. Kill cam mode, you know what we're going to do, just normal. Auto saving journal is going to be on. Head bob is down because I hate that. Chains climbing relevant to camera, no, because I just want to be able to climb up. User interface, we're just going to leave that be. We're going to leave all the controls alone too. And subtitle, all speeches, that's what we want. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game. It's going to be on easy, because trust me, I am absolutely terrible at this game. You know, a lot of people like playing this game on hard or very hard. I'm absolutely terrible at this game, and I'll actually explain some other shit as well. This game's stealth mechanics were really not great. It wasn't until the second game where the actual stealth system was made a lot better. So, returning home. You have just returned from a journey of several months, visiting the other nations in the Empire to ask for aid in dealing with the rat plague. You must deliver their diplomatic response to the Empress, whom you serve as Lord Protector. So,
Corvo,
yes...
If only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else. And the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you.
Bethesda Softworks presents.
The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace.
An Arcane Studios production.
Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
So yes, I have played this game before. In fact, I've played this game many a times.
That's it. Watch it. Casting off. We're away.
Woohoo! Here we are.
Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
We have.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
Superstition. For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
Maybe. We live in strange times. Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months. That's unusual.
Well, this was important. We need help with the rat plague.
So yes, the rat plague is ravaging the kingdom, and it is killing off more people than they can count at this point. Take us up.
The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
Very nice. So yeah, we that's one of the cool parts about the architecture here is that
You should go see the Empress.
yes, the architecture is really good, and the detail in this game is actually quite extravagant. There's a, you know, even though things are like super blurry when you kind of look it up close, like there's jaggies. When you're looking at just the architecture, it's really well designed. It was really well put together. There was nothing really that looked like this when it came out, and it made it looking at this game very pleasing. It was a very special art design.
Hello, sir.
At least you said hello. What about you, bitch?
Her Majesty is waiting in the pavilion.
Say hello.
Good to have you back, sir.
That's right.
Corvo, you're back.
What up, little Emily?
Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales? Wait, let's play hide and seek first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide.
Yeah,
Do you
right.
have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
As always. All right. Yeah, we'll play.
Okay, here we go.
So basically, this is like a little tutorial, but it doesn't act like a tutorial.
Later, will you give me more climbing lessons? Someday I'm going to climb up to the rooftop.
Yeah, well.
Ooh. Let's go! Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown, I'll try and find you. Okay, I'm going to count to 10. Find a place to hide. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I come. Not here.
It's like she can't see my head peeking out over the top of this thing.
I always find you.
Not today.
Okay, you win. We should go now, so Mother can see you too.
I'm here.
While you were gone, Mother seemed very sad. I think she missed you.
Yeah, so the thing is that it's never really...
Did you see any monsters while traveling to the other isles? My nanny says the big ocean's full of them.
In this game, it was...
She only says that to scare me.
It was never really said, but it is implied heavily. In this game, it's implied heavily that Emily is Corvo's daughter.
Lord Protector.
And that's not a spoiler.
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been.
Man, get out of here.
They sent him all
Nobody
around
cares
the
about your
island
group.
to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
I'm
Here.
not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
Actually, it looks pretty much like Campbell. Lying little bitch. No, but, you know,
She'll see you at once.
City get any worse? Indeed, I believe so.
the Empress is very, very caring to us.
They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
What up, Dick?
Corvo. 2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
Get out of here, asshole. What up, girl? What up, baby?
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What news have you brought?
Yeah, I got you a thing. Well, a letter.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before. Knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point.
Yeah, I know.
Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine.
Where's all the guards?
Wait, where are the guards?
Right?
Who sent them away?
Mother,
Wait a
look!
sec.
What are they doing on the rooftop?
Uh-oh.
Emily, come here.
Uh-oh. Woo!
Emily, get behind me. Look out! Another one.
Uh-oh.
Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here.
Uh-oh, shit.
Again. Mommy! No! Get away from her. Corvo!
Ooh. The man, the mystery man.
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one
I
who'll
know.
know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
No, they killed my woman.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Oh, fuck off.
He's killed the Empress.
Well,
What did you do with young Lady Emily?
she was taken.
Bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll
Fuck
see
you.
beheaded for this, Corvo. Take him.
Well, I guess you could say I'm dishonored. Welcome to Coldridge Prison. Yeah, so basically, 6 months have passed since you were accused by the royal spy master, that motherfucker, of murdering the Empress and conspiring to abduct her daughter Emily, the royal heir. Now locked away in Coldridge Prison, the time of your execution draws near. Order shall prevail.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
No.
Out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak. And that's where we come in.
The country needs less bald people.
Even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time. And someone has to take the fall. Goodbye,
Oh, someone will
Corvo.
take the fall.
Guards! Take him back to his cell.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
Thank you. Yeah, don't trust bald people. That's... if anything, if you're gonna learn anything, it's don't trust people who are bald. Sorry, all the bald people, but it's just the truth. Y'all become villains. Ooh, some bread. Ooh. Anonymous message. Corvo, who we are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. Palms are sweaty. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. Knees weak. One of the prison guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. Mom, spaghetti. And good luck. We need you alive and well for what is to come. Your friend, Eminem. All right. I know who I'm calling Eminem here.
Slag John is Battle Street Boys champion.
So this is how we're gonna play this game. Before we leave the cell, basically, let me pause real quick. How we're gonna play this game is I'm going to try to be as stealthy as possible, and the plan is to try to not kill anybody that is innocent. Now, when it comes to the high priority targets, there's only 1 or 2 that aren't going to die. I'm going to kill the people who deserve to die, because that's how I played my playthrough originally. Now, of course, you can play this whole game without killing anybody, but I am going to kill shit. But we're going to try to be as stealthy as possible. But I'm not very good at it. I'm not going to lie. Alright, give me that sword. Give me that money. We're going to need as much money as possible.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow. It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily. So it's an occasion? Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Alright. So, the idea is we're going to knock out people rather than kill them. That's the plan. But it's also not the easiest sometimes.
Don't you owe me a drink?
Please, not now.
No, stupid goddamn.
Just turn around. What up?
Hey, kill a guard for me, will ya?
Sure.
You're
out. Good for you. Cut some throats.
I mean,
Assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
so basically we want to come in here when both guys are not facing this way.
That's just ridiculous.
Because even when this guy turns around, this guy's still going to be standing here.
Elixir. Bunch of crap.
So the best idea is to get this guy when he turns around. See, because he's going to walk down there. And as he walks down there...
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary
We were
wing
almost
must
spotted.
be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Shit. Okay, listen, man.
Take that.
Ow!
Down. Dump you in the river. Fall down already. Help! Damn you!
So here's the thing, if guards attack me, I don't know. I don't remember if I don't remember if there is a way to just knock them out after I like deflect their hits.
Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned.
Let's get that out of there.
And approved dignitaries only.
So I've knocked out 2 guys at least. That guy can sleep there. Is there, let me see, let me go into the options real quick. Let me see the controls. Oops, I meant to turn, yeah, it's on. Block parry. Adrenaline kill. See, it doesn't actually really tell me. Which is kind of a shame, because I don't want to kill people if I don't have to. Stockhouse Health Elixir and Pistol. So, the pistol is going to be something that I'm not going to actually use this entire game. I typically don't use the pistol. Even in my playthroughs, I never ended up using it, really. The biggest reason is because it's loud. It's a loud weapon, so I don't find use for it. But I'm gonna eat everything I find. Because I can. Get your monies. Just getting ammo there. Oh. So there's those guys down there. They basically ran down through here. But we're not going to bother getting them.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Shit. Oh no. Damn it. I forgot him. I'm gonna need to go back down there.
Hagfish.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Oh, I'll find you.
No, stupid goddamn stubborn son of...
I'll flush you out.
Let that guy walk over there. Then we'll grab this guy. We'll set him down nicely. And then...
Got a prowler.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
And there we go. Now, of course, you want to be careful where you set people as well. Because rats, the more you kill people, the more rats there become. So, by keeping people alive and keeping them away from rats, big groups of rats will just eat dead, like, unconscious bodies. So, you don't want to throw people that you haven't killed to the rats. Some monies.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Alright, so there's nobody here. Because those guys are back there. Alright. Oh, bit of money. Alright, so here's the interrogation room where we were. Pick up the explosive. Is there any money lying around? Burrows. Money back here. Of course, we can use empty bottles to distract as well. The Trials of Aptitude. Excerpt from a book on the esoteric practices of the Abbey. Once a child grows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subjects surreptitiously in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There, the children undergo a ritual preparation and evaluation until the last night of the month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to Whitecliff. During an elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children will become overseers and which must be put down. Do you imagine being one of the kids that are going to be put down? That would really suck. Give me that bomb. Alright, so we're gonna grab... We're not actually gonna grab anything yet. We're gonna come up here. Duty officer's report. Corvo's interrogation. Corvo Atano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves. Follow their orders without hesitation and keep the torturer under control. If Corvo dies in his hands instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next. We have an autograph player.
Corvo's unconscious again. Though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a lot more for you to be able to break me.
Ackworth, place is slung. Did you patrol the yard?
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak.
Tomorrow's
Yesterday.
execution
Forget
will
it.
be
Just
restricted
do your
to
rounds.
personnel
Reports
assigned
trouble
to the
for
event
both of us.
and
I'm
approved
moving.
dignitaries only.
Huh? your eyes open.
Okay, listen.
Hit him! Take it!
Oh shit, you hit your own friend.
He got his leg.
Oh boy. Sorry. That was 2 for 1. Like I said, I'm terrible at stealth.
Unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Alright, well, let's take a look around, just to make sure there's no money lying about. I don't think there is.
Seen anybody with signs of the sickness?
Corvo's execution is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his head roll. Not everyone did, but I really like the Empress.
Well, I really like the Empress too, but that's...
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Oh shit.
Stupid goddamn.
See, how do I...
The solitary wing is
See, I don't want to do that either.
unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Hold on, let me pause this real quick, because I need to figure out if there's just a way I can just knock somebody out here. Because that's kind of ridiculous if you can't. I don't feel that I should have to kill everybody just because I got caught. You know what I mean? Like, let me see here. Come on, you fucking stupid chair. So, yeah, I can't do anything. I have to kill them. See, then that's... That makes this game unfair.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event.
By the way, I also want to say I'm not a big fan of this game's mechanics.
Dignitary
Story is pretty good, but the gameplay is not great. Okay. Let's do that. There we are with him. Let me go ahead and close that. Time to run. Woo! We're out of here. To the sewers. The main drain. Go to sewers. So, as we're starting out, not too great on the don't kill people meter. But, like I said, there's no option for me to just knock somebody out while I'm in combat. You have escaped Coldridge Prison with the help of hidden allies. If you reach the Wrenhaven River, they promise to aid you in your next move. Outsider walks among us. Alright, here we are. Note from a friend. Corvo, if you're reading this, it means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewer. Grab the gear and find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. He will bring you to us, a friend who'll meet you soon. Alright, let's go ahead and save the game.
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Be some down there by the look of it.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3 to 1 in the practice.
Oh, that's right. They go up here.
I hope it is too.
So now, as you're going to see, the rats. And they're both dead. Being torn to pieces until nothing is left. Just like that. Yep. That's why you don't want to kill people. Because the more you kill, the more rats there are. Into the water. Rats can't get us down here. Okay. Let's see. There's some stuff over here. People who died together. See, that's really sad. There is some sad stuff you'll see in this. Damien's journal. Amanda and I had only enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over our district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit the city. Damien. Rest in peace. You didn't deserve that death. Okay. There's some stuff over here. Money. Excuse me, sir. Into the water with you. Anything down here? Nope. Ooh. Delicious things to eat.
Screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague. You? No.
Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. The rats.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts...
That means I'm free! No one will keep us from death. Cannot kill the rat plague. Alright, so as you can see, there's some traps here. We're gonna go ahead and not trigger those. And instead eat this apple. Even though, or no, it was a pear, even though it was rotten. And we're gonna go ahead and come over here like this. Pick up the money, and then we can disarm and loot that for an incendiary bolt. Always make that's one of the things about this game, is that you always want to make sure that you're looking everywhere, because you never know. See, like that, you'll never know what you're gonna see. Disarm that. We'll just trapping up the sewers. But of course you can just walk up and trigger it, so. Oh, there's more stuff down there too. Give me all your money. Give me your food. There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm afraid I'm going to have to be moving all of you into the water. Because this isn't good. Float away. Alright, let me grab that pouch. Here are our hidden supplies. To the Lord Protector, greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isle, and meet with our man Samuel near where the tunnels spill into Rinhaven River. All haste and luck. We share a common purpose. Here we go. Now, I can still... yeah, still slide. Bam! Alright, those sweet moves. Sliding under the tripwire. Jelly's share. Jelly. In case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Look to your whiskey. Four, 5, 1. Guess I'm aware. 4, 5. And a jewelry box with $50.
He won't get past me, sir. Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try
What
to
if
make
no
a
one from the squad is around?
knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Medicinal herbs.
Alright, nothing.
Alright, yeah, you did hear something. It was me throwing a damn bottle.
Dead paper in here.
Woo! Oh shit. Oh shit. Sorry. I'm just gonna eat all your food as well, if you don't mind. Woo!
Huh?
Sorry.
I know you're somewhere around here. You won't stay hidden for long. Help me find you.
Call out if you see him. Oh, I'll find you.
Aha! Yeah, see, you thought you were gonna get me, but you were wrong, bud. All of you just make a pile. There we go. I only had to kill one guy. There we go. Now we're getting the grip. Hooray! Dead Hermit's Note. It's here by the Wren Haven I'll make my last home. It stinks to the void, but my grandmom's hagfish stew will drive the odor away. I remember sailing out on this river to the great ocean, that vast blinding light and blue water. I was a tender 15 and our nets were always full to bursting. The old days, before everything went to shit. Any way it goes, it's either the boots of the watch against my skull, the teeth of the rats on my bones, or the trembles of the plague all over my skin. Don't matter none to me. That's good. That's why I'm going to take all of your stuff. Copper wire. Alrighty. There goes the trains.
Responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody.
Temporarily.
Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
Corvo, over here. Quickly, I'm a friend.
What up, Samuel?
I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, old man. Let's go. Yeah, we're good. We can leave. So basically we want to keep our chaos in the low. I've killed 6, but I've knocked out a fair few people as well. I don't kill anyone or never detected. Those both will get you achievements. But I discovered the Hermit's Room and opened Jelly's safe. So my chaos is still low. We want to try to keep it that way. We found $777 out of the $1,010. Sometimes there's coins just really fucking hidden in places like that you never see. You have to like just search literally everything. Hidden allies. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalists' inner circle to learn what they've got in mind.
This is the Hound Pit's pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing.
Hooray. We're safe. What does that say?
Everyone finds out what we're up to. Watch
Tiger and Dial?
Swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with.
Yeah, but I'm gonna...
He can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name. He can.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go and have a look around first, if you don't mind, Sam. Especially since I know that your little house is right here. See, look at that. Cape of Teeth map. Give me that. There's a bit of money. Mysteries of Pandysia. Excerpt from a book on the far continent, Pandysia. At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandician continent as a place of wonder, where all of life has entwined and blossomed across aeons, producing a vibrant ecology unrivaled in the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of the Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresies, of cults of submen engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. Now, I have been hoping that if we see a Dishonored 3, like an actual Dishonored 3, not like a big expansion, that we will travel to Pandacia. I think that would be really cool to have us travel to Pandacia a couple times. The few who have traveled to the far continent and come back to the Isles say those who have actually touched the soil there have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles, and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes of this someday growing into a port city to rival Dunwall itself. But to date, these attempts have all ended in madness and failure. So yeah, I would like to actually see us go to Pandacia, because, the first game, this game, is all about Dunwall, and then the second game is all about Karnaca. And I would love to actually see... That's right, this is down here. It's the sewers.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized.
I don't give a shit.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
Welcome to the Hound Pit Pub, sir.
Hi.
How may I help?
Hello, sir. I am Wallace, and this is Cecilia. We have been informed of your arrival and will do our best to stay out of your way while you conduct your business.
Yes. Lydia's a servant here as well.
Alright, well.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
Thank you, Wallace.
I don't need to tell you. If the authorities investigated this place, we would be hard-pressed to explain ourselves.
Very right, indeed. So yeah, this is home base, basically. Take that Tibian ore. Don't think there's anything else.
Attention citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The weeper count for the month of siege has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
So if you were wondering, all the months of the year basically are split up and they're worded rather than, like they're worded with like specific words. It's not like January, February. But essentially, if you're wondering when this game takes place, it begins at the end of the month of Seeds, as we go into... Alright.
So it's starting at last, Admiral. We've found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor.
Just gonna
We
sit
all
over
have
here.
suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point, as always.
I'm gonna let them argue that out. Oh, there we go. Come down here for a bit of collectible goodies. There we go, 60 bucks in hand. So we're gonna need as much money as possible, as well as once we really get into this, we're gonna be getting runes and bone charms, which we're gonna need as many as possible. So we're gonna try to collect every one of them in all the levels. Alright. What up, Wally? I'm gonna open up this door, start sneaking into some rooms. So this is Trevor Pendleton's room. He's got a diary here.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which, Wallace, please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
So he's an alcoholic, Pendleton is. And by the way, all this art, if you ever get the hardback art book for Dishonored, you'll actually notice quite a few of these art pieces in a certain section. They talk about that they basically painted a bunch of art just specifically to accompany the walls in here. You know, stuff like this. And they actually have names as well, even though we can't really read them. Alright. Admiralty and the Fleet. Excerpt from a book on naval history. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Rynhaven River, coming to dock with one of the most powerful warehouse companies, such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. So yes, whaling is a huge thing in this game because whale oil is what powers everything. Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1. Excerpt from the Travel Journal of a Young Whaler. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood. Leaving behind our home city of Yarrow in the cold, the beautiful white landscape we had always known, we boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday, I would captain my own crew and eventually own a small fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so as the wind and pounding waves racing after a wounded whale being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned. Tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. So yeah, this is Admiral Havelock's room. So Havelock log journey entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge? And if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. He doesn't have very much faith in me.
Log entry 1-4. Seems we've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed, and
is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting bloc and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
Well, there you go. That's Havelock for you. Alright. Ooh, hello. Hello, Lydia.
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
Yeah, I know.
State property.
State property. Harpooner songs. So this is like you know, what do we do with the drunken sailor, but it's with a drunken whaler. In fact, part of this song was actually made and put into the trailer for Dishonored. Where's that? There it is. Is that? Yeah, it is. $5. A little bit helps. Litany on the White Cliff. Excerpt from a series of Overseer Invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that we would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who stray from the herd, for the foggy gray ways of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes and far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. Obey or die, basically. That's what they're saying. So this just kind of leads outside. But I think there's some stuff down here as well.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
I'm gonna get her back. Mostly because y'all are fucking useless. Here's a bathroom. The Young Prince of Tivia. Excerpt from a theater play. So this is basically just like a little theater play that happens with Lord Nathan Bale and Prince Calasar. Lord Nathan Bale shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir? Clothed in my very own home, I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Calasar, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. Oh, fuck. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my. Calasar, your skin is so warm it burns. So yeah, it's like that really like turned around. It really turned around quick from being just a love story to being a gay love story. I totally forgot about that being that one, that because there's a couple of other like fictional story plays in the game that you can read as well. The Shadow on Bitterleaf, excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face towards me. Resting the needle in his flesh, with a refined tone she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and now it is your turn to be mended. She's sewing to people. A Gaffer's Tale Volume 2. A Gaffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime, but it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandysia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. So, not everything ends well. Alright. Out we go. Explored that, and so up here... Get out of the way, Wallace. Out of the way, Wallace. Is blocked off, and then at the very, very top... Which... Can we go in here yet? Yes, we can. Okay. Lydia? You have a key?
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen.
I have that.
It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it?
I'm sorry. What? So here's my room, and there will actually be a bunch of nice goodies here once we sleep. They'll be all over the room, actually.
The Admiral
Celia?
served the Navy under the Empress, but something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
Well, you probably do. Alright. Back down. Just jump down the steps. Just down the steps. Alright. So, I'm still on the second floor. Idiot. Alright. Here we are. It's like... I just arrived. Hello, I just arrived!
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with you. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry.
Damn right.
You must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Alright.
Yes. Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Will do. Gotta get that money.
The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain.
Powdered crystal. Yeah, you always want to like look out for any of those weird like pyramid shaped things like these, because yeah, I'll give you a good bit of money. Piero.
crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Yeah, no problem. I'll grab that for you. Second solution. Piero's request is denied. Piero, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tivian ore? What's wrong with the metals and crystal? King sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. But this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of that odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. A second solution, excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy. A name I did not choose, if you must know the truth. The public has spoken of its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal if not superior. But of course, Sokolov's elixir is health for us, whereas Piero's remedy is actually mana. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because the strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted and is nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit, and it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, which its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Rinhaven River. Way to insult the man. Oh look, it's a Portal reference. No, really it is, if we... there's the blue one. Oh shit, I can't leave yet. Can I? I'll show you in a minute. Obviously, I can't leave yet. Dead counter responsibilities, whale vivisection. Whale vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a national philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tibia, the crew hauled aboard a female some 42 feet in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Whale oil processing. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck and then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow, returns to the port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Pretty brutal. Failed experiments. From Piero. Of course, I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some smaller way by our time together at the Academy. We are part of a community striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back, in your social clubs, and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. So, yeah, the door to nowhere, the portal. Dead Counter responsibilities. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the Dead Counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of etiquette or curfew enforcement, I think it's edict, actually. These officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers in common parlance. Starting with the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. Whale oil refilling station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it into the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the fuel tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years, if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Alright, so let's stick that one there. It fills up another tank. And then we'll take this down.
Perfect. Now plug it in.
Yes, sir.
Just get it neat. Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face. But this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? And the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Well, we're not actually going to do anything yet. So here's the thing. We're going to be upgrading our sleep darts. We're going to be upgrading all this. So we're going to do combat sleep darts here. We're also going to do the bolt capacity, and the crossbow range. So we're going to be upgrading our crossbow the most with bolt capacity because we're going to want to have a lot of sleep bolts. That's going to be our key when we aren't up close.
I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Sleep well.
Somewhere else. Welcome to the ether.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that many call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you.
Thank you, sir.
Come find me.
The outsider, man. This guy, the mysterious, the mystery man. You cannot save her over and over again. The Empress. Watch your step. Emily's letter. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead like Mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. So these are the Pendleton brothers. This is Trevor's two brothers. Not the nicest of gentlemen, I'll say. So yeah, basically, there we go. Use Pierre's remedy to give us magic back. Look at this. Mr. Burrows. Pissed off with his little map. People trying to escape from the walkers, but they're not going to.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
So this heart is actually familiar to us.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Sound familiar?
All of time's meanings here. Neither seconds nor centuries.
Yes, we're on the wall. Here it is. And so basically this will allow us to upgrade different stuff. So we are going to upgrade to dark vision, which will allow us to see in the dark and see living beings through walls. We're gonna want to level this up to level 2, because this will allow us to see treasure as well. So we're gonna want to upgrade these two here. Vitality and agility are important, and then we'll go from there.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Cool. So we have our powers. Yeah, it was real, dude. He was like, oh, it's just a dream. Nah, bitch, it was real. So yes, bam, look at all this stuff. So first things first, mystical wolf hound artifact. Let's grab those bone charms. Whale artifact, a pouch of 500 bucks, some more bone charms. There's also some journals here. Build survey notes. Fish artifact. 3 more bone charms, another pouch. So basically all of these, the field survey notes, all 4 of these books. Grab that other pouch, 500 bucks. We are going to read all 4 of these books next time. I'm going to stop it here. It's been about an hour and a half. But go to my inventory here. We have 2,000 bucks to spend again. So with what we have, so we have all of these new bone charms. These are all DLC that you basically get. So going through these, drop assassination to give you a bit of health. We're not really going to use that. Enemies miss more often with arrows and bolts. Don't really need that either. Swim speed increase slightly. We're going to do that. I don't want the breaking glass sound to be reduced because that is something we might need. Moderate keyhole peeping magnification. We're going to do that one. Breathe capacity and water slightly increased. We're going to do that one. Powers effects slightly improved. We're going to do that one too. White rats can be consumed for mana. No. White rats won't attack you. It doesn't matter. Wins sword versus sword contests more frequently. Fire damage from explosions slightly reduced. And shot whiskey bottles explode with greater intensity. So maybe we'll actually do the voyeur. Just for now. But yes, so that's going to be our bone charms for now. We have 2,000 bucks. Our powers are good right now, so yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and save it there. It's been about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. Expect every part to be about this long, about 90 to 100 minutes or so. Just because this game can take a long time to do, especially since we're going to be exploring. So, alright, well, thank you all for joining me on the first part of Dishonored. I hope that you guys enjoy this. I will see you all on the next one.